Heat 1. Heat number 1, women's 200 individual medley. Grace Rapp of Aquajet Swim Team in 3. Camden Doan of King Aquatic Club in 4. Reese Tiltman of Elmbrook Swim Club in 5. And Catherine Adams of Tualatin Hills in 6. Heat number 1 is going to be won by Camden Doan, 2:17.08 for her, setting our early top time. Heat 2. Heat 2 in the water, Team Greenville's Lila Barnard in 1. Elle Scott of Nova, Virginia in 2. Teammates and sisters Rye Ulett and Tristan Ulett in lanes 3 and 4 for University of Louisville. Jamie Brennan, Northwestern University in 5. Caroline Bricker of Pikes Peak in 6. Piper Inge of Bellevue Club in 7. And Lainey Kruger of the Northern Kentucky Clippers in lane 8. Halfway through, Tristan Ulett, 101.93, out in a 28.1, back in a 33.7. leads in lane 6 after Caroline Bricker splits a 38.8 on the breaststroke leg, outsplitting almost the rest of the field, but moving from 6th to 1st over the breaststroke 50. She still has the lead as we hit the final 15 meters, but Elle Scott in lane 2 is charging, as is Tristan Ullette in lane 4. It will be Bricker with a 2:15.25 under that Olympic trial qualifying standard, and our top time of the morning through 2 heats. Heat 3. Women's 200 individual medley, Heat 3 in the water. Firestone Akron swim team's Abby Daniel in 1. Ohio State, Josie Panitz, Paige Hall, they're in 2 and 3. Avery Clamfith of Swim Mac is in 4. Ella Bathurst in lane 5. Abby Harder of of Cavalier Aquatic in lane 6. Kennedy Noble of Wolfpack Elite in 7. And Devin Kitchell of the University of Michigan swim team in lane 8. Halfway through, Kennedy Noble has a huge lead on the rest of the field, 2 seconds ahead of second place, which is Paige Hall, the Buckeye in lane 3, who is out in a 29.3, back in a 34, but Noble out in a 28.6, back in a 32.8. We'll see if she can hold off a charge from Abby Harder in lane 6. Noble a 40.4 on the breaststroke leg, 39.1 for Harder. She moves from 3rd to 2nd. Noble still trying to hold off Abby Harder, who's charging down the final 15 meters here. Top time so far, 2:15.25. That's owned by Caroline Bricker. A great race to the finish here in Heat 3, and it's Abby Harder who makes the pass and takes the top time of the morning with a 2:14.23, getting under that Olympic trial cut, as does Noble. Heat 4. Heat number 4 in the water, Asia Kozin of Mission Viejo in 1. Lucy Bell, Alto Swim Club in 2. Sophia Plaza, Swim Mac in 3. Miranda Tucker of Texas Ford Aquatics in 4. Alexis Yeager, Tennessee Aquatics in 5. Grace Chemblay of Wolfpack Elite in 6. And then Sophie Duncan of Alto Swim Club in lane 7. The lead is in lane 2. Lucy Bell was out in a 29.3, which was the fastest butterfly split by 100th. And then back in a 34.2. Her lead is only 1/100th of a second, almost identical. Lucy Bell 29.39, 34.29. Grace Chemblay 29.40, and then a 34.29. Could they hold that 100th of a difference again? Now it's a huge 19/100ths of a second now, almost a full 2/10ths of a second gap. "15 meters, and Bell has had the lead the entire time. Granted, it's been only 100th up to 2/10ths of a second. Looking to finish with the win, a 2:14.74, and boy, 7/100ths of a second separate them after a close race from start to finish between Bell and Chemblay. They are 1-2 in Heat 4. Heat 5. Emily Thompson gets us started from Greater Somerset, New Jersey in lane 1. Haley McDonald of Lakeside Swim Team in 2. Callie Dickinson, Athens Bulldog Swim Club in 3. Abby Hay of the University of Louisville in 4. Isabel Odgers, Trojan Swim Club in 5. Sarah Stotler of Tennessee Aquatics in 6. Campbell Stoll of Elmbrook Swim Club in 7. And Eleanor Sun of Nation's Capital in lane 8. Emily Thompson in lane 1 has the lead. She's back in a 33.5, one of the first sub-34s we've seen all morning on the backstroke leg. Final turn, another new leader. It was Dickinson at the 50, Thompson at the 100, and then McDonald at the 150. Top time so far, Abby Harder's 2:14.23 turned in heat number 3. Haley McDonald, final heat before our circle seeds. She'll win it with a 2:14.78. That's 4th overall with 3 heats still to go in the women's 200 IM. Heat 6. Deegan Odell in lane 1 from Mission Viejo. Josephine Fuller of Tennessee Aquatics, she's in lane 2. Justina Kozin of Trojan Swim Club in 3. Leah Hayes of Fox Valley in 4. Kate Douglas of New York Athletic Club in 5. Megan Van Berkom, University of Minnesota in 6. Gracie Wyant of the Sarasota Sharks in 7. And Hannah Ombe of Auburn University in lane 8. Solid matchup here. Leah Hayes, who was the bronze medalist in this event at World Championships a year ago. She's in lane 4 taking on Kate Douglas with probably one of the most dominant 200 IM performances we've ever seen in the NCAA Championships just a few months ago. First woman under 150 and 149 all in one swim. She's out in a 100 at the 100-meter mark, about 0.8 of a second ahead of Leah Hayes. Both of these women have very good breaststroke legs. Hayes, the owner of the 15-16 national age group record, but she's now 17. And believe it or not, she's already third in 17-18 national age group history. It is yet to actually eclipse her best time as a 17-year-old. That 2:08.91 NAG record is actually faster than the 17-18 NAG record. Right now, Douglas continues to have the lead, actually built upon it. 2.5 seconds the lead now for Kate Douglas, who's moving quick. 37.2 on the breaststroke leg. Looking very smooth here. Douglas's best time from the 2020 Olympic Games, a 2:09.04. She's going to touch here at a 2:08.29, a best time for Kate Douglas in the morning. And there's some impressive implications to go through here. That is our top time of the morning so far. That moves Kate Douglas up to the 3rd fastest woman in American history, just like that, as well as the 3rd fastest woman in the world this year. All in prelims, our top time at 2:08.29. Heat 7. Second to last heat. Here are your swimmers. Katie Christopherson of Swim Atlanta is in 1. Bella Sims of the Sandpipers of Nevada in lane 3. Tori Husk of Arlington Aquatic Club in 5. Molly Sweeney of Carmel Swim Club in lane 6. Campbell Chase, core swimming in lane 7. And Emily Brown of Dublin Community Swim Team out of Ohio in lane 8. Husk leads the way, no shock, as the American record holder in the 100 butterfly splits a 27.52, about 0.7 of a second lead over Bella Sims. Sims, with very fast turnover on her backstroke, has made up some of the gap that Husk had after the butterfly leg and may just make the pass. That is the case. 32.9 for Bella Sims coming back on the backstroke. Tori Husk is a top 25 all-time performer in this event. She's actually the 22nd fastest woman in American history. And just a heads up, ladies and gentlemen, there is a disqualification to report in event 30, heat 5, lane 7, for not being towards breast after the turn, after turn number 6, excuse me. Wrapping up, Husk back in the lead, 39.3 for her on the breaststroke leg. Not going to pass Kate Douglas's smoking fast 2:08.2, but she will turn in a 2:12.23, good for our second fastest swim of the morning, just ahead of Leah Hayes, 2:12.32. Sims 2:13.61 will have her in fourth with one heat remaining. Heat 8. Eighth and final heat before the men get their chance at the 200 IM. Some exciting matchups to look forward to there, but let's take a look at the matchups that are in the water right now. Zoe Dixon of the University of Florida in lane 1, Camille Spink of Nation's Capital in lane 2. Zoe Hartman, Athens Bulldog Swim Club in 3, Alex Walsh, the defending world champion of Nashville Aquatic Club in 4. Beta Nelson, Wisconsin Aquatics in 5, Isabel Ivy of the University of Florida in 6, Phoebe Bacon, Wisconsin Aquatics in 7, and Zoe Skirpol in lane 8 for Racer X. Beta Nelson led after the butterfly. Looks like Isabel Ivy, that is the case. Isabel Ivy leading at the 100-meter mark, 32.9 on the backstroke leg for her. A tie in second, Nelson and Walsh. Walsh was the 33.4. Conservative pace for Alex Walsh heading out. All she's got to do is make that a final. Final turn, Walsh in the lead, 37.9. Some impressive breaststroke speed from the world champ. And remember, she was in second at the 100-meter mark. Looks like she leveraged that back half very strong, a 2:11.02. Perfect swim if you're looking to set yourself up nicely, as she will be our second seed heading into tonight's final, pending results. Zoe Dixon with a great swim in lane number 1 from the University of Florida. She was a 2:13.19. That a huge drop from her seed time, over a second, and then third in the heat. Phoebe Bacon's 2:13.35. Tidying up all of our results. We'll let you know those A, B, and C finalists as we have all week long in just a few moments. And then after a little bit more tabulation, we'll update you on the D finalists for tonight's 200 IM. There is a disqualification to report in event 30, heat 8, lane 1, not being on back after the finish on the backstroke leg. There you go, 2:08.29, the top time from Kate Douglas. Joining her, Alex Walsh, Tori Husk, Leah Hayes, Phoebe Bacon, Beta Nelson, Bella Sims, and Abby Harder. 2:14.23, actually a tie. So Abby Harder, who is tied for 8th place, who's she going to be tied with? There it is, Isabel Ivy. That's interesting for sure. 2.5 seconds faster, though, to find your way into that A final than a year ago. In the B final for sure, Noble, Cozen, Chase, Bell, McDonald, Shembley, and Odell, 2:15:09. And then look at that other question mark. Question marks all over the place. We'll get them all answered. Bricker, Christofferson, Fuller, Thompson, Sweeney, Spink, Stotler, and then Abby Hay has a 2:16:23. She's tied with Isabel Odgers at 2:16:23. So we'll need to see coaching reps from all of those teams. And then in just a few moments, we'll let you know the D finalists in the women's 200 individual medley. It's the guys' turn, so we go over to Michael Porpan for some exciting matchups.
All right, thank you, Kevin. This is the men's 200 IM. We've got 9 heats to be contested. Heat 1.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, a few things to remind you of and to bring your attention to. First and foremost, your D finalists. We've got Emily Brown, Sophia Plaza, Elle Scott, Camden Doan, Gracie Wyatt, Avery Clamfith, Lila Bognar, and Piper Inge. That's item number 1. Item number 2, 2 ties. The first being between Isabel Ivy and Abby Harder, so we need coaching representatives from the University of Florida and Cavalier Aquatics over to the resolution desk. The second tie is Abby Hay and Isabel Odgers, so we need coaching reps from the University of Louisville and Trojan Swim Club over to the resolution desk. So one more time, Florida, Cavalier Aquatics, Louisville, and Trojan Swim Club all over to the resolution desk. And then one final reminder to all of our coaches and swimmers, it's the last day of competition. Please make sure that you scratch regardless of your rank. Don't want to be the reason that somebody does not get the chance to swim. Ladies, the current time is 10:28. You have 30 minutes to declare your intentions.
Here in our first heat of the men's IM, we've got Eric Lee of Scarlet in 3, Baylor Stanton, Gwinnett Aquatics in 4, and lane 5 for Evolution Racing, Humberto Najera. Stanton with the lead at 1:33.6 into the final 50. Comes in with a short course yard times, number 30 all time for the 15:16. Stanton in 4, Najera in 5. D final runner-up, that's Najera in 5 from the 200 backstroke, and a 2:03.85 gets the win for Baylor Stanton, setting the pace in the men's IM ahead of Najera's 2:03.91. Third, Eric Lee with the 2:05.87. Heat 2. Swimmers in Heat 2, Lane 2, Lakeside Swim Team, Thomas Mercer. 3, Carmel Swim Club, Greg Enoch. 4, First Colony Swim, Logan Brown. 5, Lakeside Aquatic Club, Cooper Lucas. 6, Lakeside Swim Team, Will Schultz. 7, South Shore Sales, Tony Larito. $18 and unders here in heat number 2 with short course yard entry times. Laredo, the 16-year-old in 7, comes in with the 29th best time all time for the 15-16 age group in short course yards, 1:46.44. He's in second at the 100 with a 57.5. Your leaders in lane 2, Thomas Mercer, Lakeside Swim Team. Lucas of Lakeside moving up on the breaststroke leg. 36.7 from Lucas to move into second place, with Mercer still your leader. 37.0 on the breaststroke from Mercer. Lucas in the top 70 all time for the 17-18 age group short course yards with 1:44.89. Looks like he's going to pull away here on the freestyle and take the win in heat 2. 2:03.8 the time to beat. Cooper Lucas to the wall with a 2:03.31. He's got the top IM time through 2 heats of racing. Thomas Mercer second, 2:04.71. Third, Tony Laredo, 2:05.00. We have a disqualification from heat 2. Lane 2 has been disqualified for using butterfly kick during the breaststroke swim. Heat 3. Heat 3, lane 1, Sun Devil Swimming, Cale Martyr. 2, Minnesota, Kaiser Neverman. 3, Florida, Billy Jones. 4, Wolfpack Elite, Sam Hoover. 6, Auburn University, Jacques Rothley. 7, Texas Ford Aquatics, Jacob Wimberly. 8 from Princeton University, Mitchell Schott. Two swimmers trying to pull away here on the breaststroke leg. Kaiser Neverman in lane 2. Lane 6, Rothley of Auburn. Neverman 35.1 on the breaststroke. Rothley 35.9. They are your top 2 into the final 50 meters, with Cale Martyr in 3rd from lane 1 and Sun Devil 35.3 on the breaststroke for Martyr. Took a 2:00.17 to crack into the top 8 out of the 2022 International Team Trials. Neverman going to improve on his entry time here as he throws down a 2:02.15. 2:02.99 from Mitchell Schott for second. Third, Cale Martyr, 2:03.75. Heat 4. Here in Heat 4, lane 1, Alabama University, Derek Moss. 2, YMCA, Piedmont YMCA and Cavalier Swimming, Thomas Heilman. 3 from Swim Houston, Brett Pinfold. 4, Alto Swim Club, Rick Mim. 5, Dallas Mustangs, Cotton Field. 6, Swim Mac, Caleb Maldari. 8, Wolfpack Elite, Mikey Moore. Fastest short course yard entry time in the meet belongs to Thomas Heilman in lane 2. A 1:41.71 is the 15-16 short course yard national age group record. The long course record belongs to Maximus Williamson, who we'll see in Heat 9. It's a 1:59.01. Moss out in a 56.37 ahead of Rick Mim, 56.7 for Alto and 4. Rick Mim of Alto Swim Club, 2:03.27 entry time. Turns in a 1:32.0. 50 meters of racing left for Rick Mim. Ahead of Derek Moss, lane 1, 1:32.3. And Caleb Maldari with a strong breaststroke leg of 36.1 moves into third. Maldari in 6 from Swim Mac. Heilman reinserting himself into contention here for the top 3. 29.3 coming home from Rick Mim and a 2:01.40. Second is Cotton Fields, 2:02.81 out of lane 5. And then Thomas Heilman home in a 28.3 to finish with a 2:02.84. Heat 5. There was a disqualification from a Heat 4. Lane 3 disqualified for not being on the back at the backstroke finish. Heat 5 of 9 and 1, Baylor Swim Club, Drew Hitchcock. 2, California Aquatic, Sean Grisham. 3, from Wolfpack Elite, Arsenio Bustos. 4, West Virginia University, Danny Berlitz. 5, Mission Viejo, Noah Sech. 6, Wolfpack Elite, Kyle Ponsler. 7, Spokane Waves Aquatic Team, Michael Hockwald. 8, from Carmel Swim Club is Sean Sullivan. Coaches, if we could please have a representative from Louisville to the resolution desk. Louisville, please, to the resolution desk. Bustos getting after it here with a 54.8 on the opening 100, 25.0, 29.8. Ahead of Drew Hitchcock at 56.4. Bustos entered with a 2:02.93. And continuing to hold a huge advantage over this field, Bustos 34.6 on the breaststroke leg. Danny Berlitz matches that speed also at 34.6 to move into second. Berlitz a finalist in the 400 individual medley here in Indianapolis. On a 4:17.4 in that race. So Bustos 2:02.93 entry time, and he gets under the 2-minute mark with a 1:59.13 out of heat 5. First sub 2-minute effort of the morning. With Denny Berlitz at 2:00.96, also a huge improvement for Berlitz of West Virginia. Grisham of Cal third out of lane 2, 2:02.97. Heat 6. Six of 9 in the water for event 31, lane 1, University of Florida, Mason Lauer. 2, University of Michigan swim team, Ansel Froes. 3, Tualatin Hills Swim Club, Diego Nosak. 4, Notre Dame, Sean Fakish. 5, California, Jason Lauser. 6, Tennessee, Landon Driggers. 7, Rose Bowl Aquatics, Rex Maurer. 8, Longhorn Aquatics, Spencer Arno Reese. Bauer of Rose Bowl to Stanford commit through in a 55.87. 56.4, Mason Lauer across the pool, lane 1 turns in second, followed by Arno Reese of Longhorn, 56.9, lane 8. Lauer at 35.4 on the breaststroke to take the lead. 35.0 from Sean Fakish to move into second. As Heat 6 turns into a tight battle for the win. Looking to get under the 2-minute mark and join Arsenio Bustos in that category. Mesa Lauer from 1 and Florida touching in at 2:00.64, second best time thus far. Rex Maurer, 2:00.92. That's a nice drop from his 2:02.3 entry time to take second here with the third best time overall. Arno Reese third with a 2:02.05. Heat 7. First of our circle seated heats, lane 1, California Aquatics, Gabriel Jett. 2, Club Wolverine, Tommy Cope. 3, Aggie Swim Club, Baylor Nelson. 5 for the Mason Manta Rays, Jake Foster. 6, Longhorn Aquatics, Will Lacone. 7, Dallas Mustangs, Colin Fury. 8, Indiana Swim Club, Luke Barr. Coaches, time trial heat sheets are now available. Time trial heat sheets are now available. 54.8 from Jed of Cal in lane 1. 55.7 Baylor Nelson, lane 3. Jumping on this breaststroke leg here, Will Lacone out of lane 6. Longhorn Aquatics, 34.07. No surprise there. Lacone, multi-time championship finalist in the breaststroke events. And 130.29 for Lacone as he heads for home ahead of Baylor Nelson. 130.6, third Tommy Cope now. Club Wolverine, lane 2. Nelson turning it on in lane 3, but Lacone too strong. Out in front and taking the win. 159.08 from Will Lacone. He turns in our top time with 2 heats to go. Baylor Nelson, 159.77 for second. Luke Barr, 200.77. That's good for third, and that'll put Barr into 5th overall. 2 heats remaining. Heat 8. Here's Heat 8, lane 1, William Modulin of Zionsville. Then 3 for Sun Devil, Grant House. 4, Mason Manta Rays, Carson Foster. 5, California Aquatics, Destin Lasco. 6, YMCA of Cumberland, Daniel Deal. 7, Sun Devil, Jay Litherland. 8, Athens Bulldog, Zach Hills. Foster at 54.51 for the 400 IM champ and 200 butterfly winner here in Indianapolis. Daniel Deal, 30.1 on the backstroke leg as he moves into second. His 159.89 entry time is number 9 all time for the 17-18 age group. Grant House, 35.1 on the breaststroke leg. Moving into second. Foster leading by 2 seconds going into the freestyle. 129.01. Destin Lasco in third. The Pac-12 backstroke champ, second in the 2IM at the NCAA championships. And Lasco moving in on Foster here, who looks to have the victory in control, and he does. 158.56. Carson Foster joins Will Lacone atop the leaderboard. Destin Lasco, 159.12, good for third overall, and Grant House at 159.85 turns in the 6th best time as we prepare for the final heat. Heat 9. Lane 1, Athens Bulldog Swim Club, Matt Fallon. 3, Lakeside Aquatic Club, Maximus Williamson. 4, Longhorn Aquatics, Shane Casas. 5, Mission Viejo, Trenton Julian. 6, Ridgefield Aquatic Club, Kieran Smith. 7, University of Michigan, Jared Daigle. 8, Longhorn Aquatics, Nate German-Prey. Casas ranked number 3 all time for Americans in this event, 155.24. Trenton Julian also in the top 20 all-time for Americans in this event at 158.30. He was a finalist at this International Team Trials in 2022. Casas with a 54.82. Has the lead with Williamson at 54.98. 15-16 national age group record. That's also the championship meet record from the 2022 Junior Pan Pacs, the gold medal effort of 159.01. Casas still the leader here, working through the breaststroke. Trenton Julian, lane 5. Kieran Smith in 6. Smith entered at 159.60, moves into second with a 34.6 on the breaststroke. Same split from Casas. And Shane Casas at 129.50, heads for home. So far, 6 swimmers under 2 minutes, with the top time belonging to Carson Foster at 158.56. Trenton Julian now moving up to push the pace, and Kieran Smith is right with him, stroke for stroke. Maximus Williamson with a red hat there, charging in. 28.7 coming home for Kieran Smith, gets the win at 159.14. All 4 of those swimmers break 2 minutes, and it looks like all 4 of them will get into the championship finals. Second, Trenton Julian, 159.17. Third, Williamson at 159.32. And Casas at 159.60 will post the 8th fastest time of the morning. Results summary now showing in the men's IM. Carson Foster, 158.56 leads the way. Will Lacone, Destin Lasco, Arsenio Bustos, Kieran Smith, Trenton Julian, Maximus Williamson, and Shane Casas is the lineup for the race of the meet this evening. Baylor Nelson in the B-board at 159.77. House, Litherland, Lauer, German-Prey, Barr, Maurer, and Berlitz gets in for West Virginia at 200.96 to make 16th. The C-board took a 202.15 to guarantee a second swim. Jake Foster leads the way, 201.06. Jet, Mim, Cope, Hills, Arno Reese, Daigle, and Neverman of Minnesota rounds out the top 24. We'll have those D finals coming your way. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for all the competitors in the men's 200 IM.
We go down to the scoreboard end of the pool. It's time for the women's 50 freestyle. Looking at 8 heats this morning. Heat number 1. Swimming in Heat 1, Kern, Irvin, Kindle, Crush, Sykes, Davidson, and Nesty.
Here's the D final in the men's IM. Deal, Heilman, Lucas, Maldari, Hitchcock, Stanton, Nahara, and Larito. That's the D final. Summers, it's 10:56. You have 30 minutes to declare.
Heat number 1, 26:05. Lindsay Irvin winning from Irvine Novaquatics. Heat 2. Swimming in 2, Malili, Sims, Dobler, Welch, Funderburk, Rousseau, Kronk, and Peplowski. Bella Sims with a 25:86 is our new top time through 2 heats as she wins heat number 2, tied with Malili, actually, 25:86 for Danielle Malili. So it's the Sandpiper and the Queen's University 22-year-old with the top 2 times through 2 heats. Heat 3. Turok, Warner, Connolly, Mulvihill, Stevens, Tierney, and McCarty. This is heat number 3 in the water. Olympic trials qualifying time, a 25.69. Lane number 1, our first sub-Olympic trials cut, 25:32 for Ashley Turok of Indiana Swim Club, winning the heat and posting our top mark, 25:50 for Haley Tierney, also getting under the Olympic trial qualifying standard. Heat 4. Kennedy, Newman, Zinnick, Burkhoff, Carl, Pash, Tang, and Longji. Burkhoff looks like she's got the lead at the touch. That's the case, 25:31. She's our new top time by 1/100th of a second. Halfway through the women's 50 freestyle, Catherine Burkhoff's 25:31 sitting on top of the leaderboard. Heat 5. Sawicki, Dennis, Gimmel, King, Stepanek, Johnson, Scott, and Thomas. This is heat number 5 all wrapped up, and it's Julia Dennis, 25:36, third fastest of the morning under that Olympic trial standard. 25:44 for Erin Gimmel, and a tie there between Gimmel and Stepanek, both at 25:44. Those three ladies under the Olympic trial cut. Heat 6. Circle seated heat underway. Flynn, Shackle, Albiero, Douglas, Husk, Hines, Pagel, and Christensen. Kate Douglas already the top seed in the 200 IM. Who knows, maybe 2 top seeds on the day for the New York Athletic Club and Virginia Cavaliers. She's going to touch it at 24:57. Kate Douglas, our first sub 25. Gabby Albiero also getting under 25. They are your top 2 times so far. Tori Husk's 25:02 sitting in third with 2 heats still to go. Heat 7. Second to last heat in the water. Spink, Cooper, Fulmer, Weitzel, Walsh, Parker, Olasaweri, and Fulton. Abby Weitzel looking very quick so far. She's going to have the lead and the heat win. What's the time going to be? At 24:24. Abby Weitzel eclipsing her seed by 1600ths, taking the top time. And that's only 500ths off of her personal best time, and that actually is the 3rd fastest time in the world this year for your top seed so far, Abby Weitzel. Heat 8. Final heat in the water. Larson, Smoliga, Duluth, Brown, Curzan, Mesh, Peleus, and Regenauer. Smoliga looking very strong early. Here comes Duluth and Brown as well. Katie Duluth might have the edge as they get to the wall. It is Katie Duluth, 24:71. Erica Brown at 24:91, and Olivia Smoliga at 24:96. That gives us 7 sub-25 swims on the day and makes the cutoff for that A final a 25:02. There it is, your championship final. Abby Weitzel atop your leaderboard with her 24:24. Joining her, Gretchen Walsh, Kate Douglas, Katie Duluth, Erica Brown, Olivia Smoliga, Gabby Albiero, and Tori Husk. Very quick championship final. There are your B finalists: Cooper, Curzan, Parker, Fulmer, Burkhoff, Turok, Pagel, and Larson. 25:35 for the B. Dennis, Olasaweri, Regenauer, Mesh, Gimmel, Stepanek, Tierney, and Hines. 25:53 to find your way into the C final. That wraps up all of the women's 50 freestyles. Time for the men's. We'll let you know who made the D final in just a moment.
Men 34, men's 50-meter freestyle. On-course national meet record, 21.29, set in 2022 by Caleb Dressel. We'll have 8 heats. Heat 1. Johnny Crush in 3, Tyler Ray in 5. Heat 1 winner in the tight race goes to Johnny Crush, 23.56. Lakeside Swim Team, Tyler Ray of Michigan with a 23.74. Heat 2.
As Heat 2 swims, here are your D finalists in the women's 50 freestyle. Lily Christensen, Erica Peleas, Alex Shackle, Lily King, Bella Sims, Avery Carl, Livy Warner, and Josie Connolly. We also need coaching representatives from Alto Swim Club and Longhorn Aquatics to the resolution desk, please.
Heat 2, the men's freestyle will go to Cade Duncan with a 22.83. Hudson Williams second, 22.98. Third will be Thomas Heilman, touching here in a 23.09. Heat 3. Heat 3, Julian Smith in 1. Luca Battaglini, Scotty Buff, Ethan Harrington, Brady Samuels, Michael Eastman, Nate Stoffel, and Connor Foote rounds out the field. Julian Smith at 22.74 has the top time through 3 heats. Then it's Brady Samuels, 23.06, second in heat number 3, and then Michael Eastman, 23.25. Heat 4. Heat 4, Simon, Brooks, Lowe, White, Miller, Salmon, Dahlgren, and Benton. Lanes 1 through 8. So far, 3 swimmers sub 23 seconds. And taking number Heat 4 from lane 8, Andrew Benton, 22.72 for Wisconsin Aquatics. He's got the top time. Patrick Salmon, 22.80. Third, Gavin Wright, 22.95. Results from Heat 4 are unofficial. Heat 5. In our previous heat, Heat 4, lane 4 was disqualified for a false start. Heat 5 here, Sauls, Bates, McDonald, Branzel, Maurer, Wilson, Novak, Molisek. Lane 2, Daniel Baltus, 22.36 for Ohio State University. Baltus now with the top qualifying time ahead of Reese Branzel, 22.54. That's good for 2 overall. And then Mario McDonald, also from Ohio State, third best overall, 22:55. Heat 6. Ladies and gentlemen, there will be a swim-off immediately following the session in the women's 200 individual medley. Please be advised, we have a swim-off coming your way. Here in Heat 6, our first circle-seated heat. Lane 5 there, Ryan Held for the New York Athletic Club, having a great meet so far, and he continues his success with a 21.65. Ahead of Jack Alexi of California, 21.83. Those are the first sub-22-second swims, with Chris Giuliano taking third for Notre Dame, 22.08. And that swim for Held does rank him at number 1 in the world standings for 2023. Heat 7. Here comes heat number 7, Michael Andrew, lane 4, Brooks Curry, lane 5. Andrew charging through and looking strong here with a 21.87. Taking the win in Heat 7 with the third best time overall. Johnny Kulo second, Sun Devil, 22.03. Third, Brooks Curry at 22.14. Heat 8. So getting some fresh data here. It's Cam McAvoy, Australia, who's got the top timer in the world at 21.27. Then Florent Monadou of France at 21.56. Then Ryan Held of the United States at 21.65. Here at the 8th and final heat. Lane 5, Matt King, Texas Ford. We saw him have a great 100 free, and he throws down here with a 21.98. Ahead of Drew Kibler, 22.12, Carmel Swim Club, lane 2. And third, Adam Cheney of Florida, 22.18. Took a 22.19 to make the top 8 last year. Looks like it'll be just a hair faster this year as we conclude the prelims in the men's 50 freestyle. And there's your results summary. David Curtis gets in at 22.13 with Ryan Held, the top qualifier. Jack Alexi, Michael Andrew, Matt King, Johnny Kulo, Chris Giuliano, Drew Kibler, and David Curtis make up an explosive final for the men's 50-meter freestyle. Brooks Curry leading the B final ahead of Cheney, Ress, Baltus, Johnson, Dolan, Downing, and a tie for 16th. You've got Noah Henderson of Wolfpack Elite, 22.53, with Quentin McCarty of Pikes Peak Athletics. We'll need to see coaches from NC State and Pikes Peak to resolve a potential swim-off. Branzel, Akins, McDonald, Armstrong, Benson, Dressel, and Smith all in the C final, with the D finalists coming up in just a moment. Reminder, we do have a swim-off coming your way.
We are getting ready for 2 swim-offs. The first will be for a spot in the championship final of the women's 200 individual medley. The second for the last spot in the C final of the women's 200 individual medley. All of that coming up.
These are the D finalists for the men's 50 freestyle. Kate Duncan, Drew Sauls, Hudson Williams, Thomas Heilman, Ethan Harrington, Diggory Dillingham, Luca Battaglini, and Johnny Crush. Finalists in the men's 50 free, the time is 11:17. You have 30 minutes in which to declare.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are just moments away from first of 2 at least swim-offs. We do have some ties from the men's 50 freestyle that we do need to settle, as well as the tie in the women's 50 freestyle that we're working on settling. We'll let you know what's going to happen as it happens. This is a swim-off for the championship final of the women's 200 meters individual medley. (2:14:23), the time that these two ladies tied at earlier this morning. They tied for 8th place, and unfortunately there's only 8 spots. So we will see who is in that championship final. Coaches and swimmers, your attention. Time trials will begin at 11:50. They are 1/100th of a second apart from each other at the 50 meters of butterfly. Ivy's personal best actually a 2:12.56, so a little bit off of that this morning. She's back very fast on the backstroke leg, 33.7 for her, 35.2 for Harder. The lead's a 1.5 seconds. Expect for Abby Harder to make up some of that ground here on the breaststroke leg. The Cavalier versus the Gator right now. Here is the final turn, and these two ladies have pulled even. Actually, Harder made the pass, a 38.3 for her on that final turn. Abby Harder leveraging that incredible breaststroke of hers to make the pass, trying to hold off Isabel Ivy. Ivy's kick has accelerated. Harder's keeping a close eye on her. It's going to be close, but it will be Abby Harder with a 2:13.6. Ivy at 2:14.03. Both ladies going faster than this morning. A great race, and we will see Abby Harder in the championship final. This is a swim off for the C final for the women's 200 individual medley.
Coaches, from the men's 50-meter freestyle, we need the following teams to report to the resolution desk: Pikes Peak, Wolfpack Elite, Swim Atlanta, Athens Bulldog, University of Louisville, Sun Devil Swimming. Once again, regarding the men's 50 free, Pikes Peak, Wolfpack, Swim Atlanta, Athens Bulldog, Louisville, and Sun Devil Swimming, please report to the resolution desk.
In the water right now, a swim off for a spot in the C final of the women's 200 individual medley. Abby Hay of the University of Louisville in lane 4. Isabel Odgers of Trojan Swim Club in lane 5. We need coaching representatives from Alto Swim Club and Longhorn Aquatics to the resolution desk, please. Alto and Longhorn to the resolution desk. Abby Hayes back in a 34.6, a 36.9 for Odgers. These two ladies tied at 2:16.23 in the prelims. Their best times actually almost mirror each other as well. 2:14.68 for Abby Hay, 2:14.98 for Isabel Odgers. A little bit off this morning, but looking to earn something strong in here. Abby Hayes holding on steady, about a body length lead over Odgers. As the final turn, 39.5 for Hay. Odgers makes up just over a second of the gap. Can she chase down Abby Hay down the final 25 meters now of this C final swim off? Abby Hay looks like she is going to win it. And she will touch the wall at a 2:15.76, going faster than her prelim swim to earn her spot in the C final. One more time, a reminder that time trials will begin at 11:50. We'll keep you posted on any other potential swim offs